All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Business here on CentralValleyTalk.com. We have a busy show for you today, starting with, I just learned, a former pro golfer. But now he's in the insurance business. CCIS Insurance. You probably see their commercials all the time here on Central Valley Talk with yours truly doing the voice on it. This is Mark Rivera. Mark, how are you, buddy?
Good to see you, thanks.
So what's the pro golf story?
Well, I started in 1974 as an apprentice, and I just worked my way through the business as a club pro and a teaching professional. In the 90s, I decided I wanted to get ready for the senior tour, and then just about 2 months before the tournament, I separated my left shoulder, and that was kind of the end of my career as a real golfer.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. So I ended up in Fresno teaching golf.
And then, do you still? Or?
No, I don't teach. I'm not. No? I'm an amateur now. So
you're an amateur. Okay.
After 30 years, I gave up my PGA status.
Okay.
So.
But you're a pro when it comes to insurance.
I like to think so. Yeah.
You and your wife are in the office down there.
We do. She has about 30 years experience, and I have about 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
Where is your office?
Our office currently is at 83 East Shaw, right behind Golden One Credit Union.
Okay.
We're in the same building as a Clear Channel Radio.
I know exactly where that is.
So we're upstairs.
By the Golden One?
Yes.
Yeah.
Upstairs, number 200, and we're there all the time.
But do most people actually come in nowadays, or is everything done online?
You know, we have probably 2,000 clients, and I would say we see in our office maybe 4 a month. So no, they don't come in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's all set up where it can be done online.
We do it online, over the phone. However, we have clients as far south as San Diego, and up in Sacramento, all over pretty much the Central Valley, plus quite a few in Southern California. Yeah.
Okay. Today, you wanted to talk about workers' comp.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about, there's 10 signs of fraud. For any business person out there, first of all.
I bet there's more than 10.
But there's 10 that everybody should see.
Okay.
Should be able to see right away. But first of all, small businesses, if they have any employees, it's required by law to have workers' compensation.
Have to have it.
Have to have it. And one of the things people don't understand is if you're caught without it by the Workers' Comp Insurance Rating Bureau, the first fine is $10,000.
The first fine?
First fine. And then they shut your business down till you get it.
Woo.
So you could be, depending on where you have to go for that coverage, it could take 2 weeks before you're back in business.
Are there a lot of businesses that don't have it?
Well, we run into them occasionally where people, they open up in, let's say in January, and then they call us in August, say, I better get some work comp. And they've been in business for 7 or 8 months.
Are you required by law to report that they haven't had it for those?
No?
No? Okay.
No,
okay.
we don't snitch.
You don't snitch.
Well, we don't want them to tell us anyway. So
what we don't know.
That's it, exactly.
Okay, so what's on there?
Well, there are 10 signs that are probably most employers could easily recognize. And I'm going to use this cheat
This
sheet.
is if they think their employees
if they think their employees
have a fake claim.
Exactly. If they think their employees are saying they hurt themselves, or there's something that happened at work that the employer suspects. I don't believe that happened.
Okay.
Well,
let's try to get through all 10. So.
Yep. Our first one is the Monday morning injury report. It's
every business has a lot of those, don't they?
Yeah. The injury occurs allegedly first thing Monday morning, or late on Friday afternoon too, just before they go home, and so then they can have a 2.5 day weekend and then miss all work next week.
Gotcha.
So it happens. We have right now in probably 20 claims that are being suspected of fraud.
20 that you're investigating right now.
Well, the insurance companies supply the investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still hire the cameramen to follow them around and try to get pictures of them doing things they claim they can't do?
Some employers do that on their own.
Yeah.
And the insurance company might get into that if they really believe it's fraud.
Okay.
So
if there's a lot of money involved.
Yes. Yeah. When it gets to that, it's usually a disability claim where the person says, I need $50,000 or I need $2,000 a week to survive. And it does happen. Okay. We have a few like that.
What else is on your list there?
Then if somebody comes to work for you and let's say they reported an accident just after they quit to the last employer, or they start to work and they report an accident immediately after working for you. So, for instance,
that's a red flag.
Yes, a red flag. I have one right now where the person got hurt their back at a previous employer, comes to work for my client, and 2 months into the job, they have another back injury, which turns out to be the same back injury they already had.
Red flag. Red
flag. So, okay. And that happens regularly too. The other one is that people have suspicious. The people being the claimant has suspicious attorney, someone who specializes in work comp claims. That would be suspicious. someone who has a doctor who no other insurance company uses as part of their providing system.
Ding.
Yeah, there you go. Another one, no witnesses. Nobody saw you fall off your desk, even though you were standing on it trying to.
Even though there are cameras
Yeah,
everywhere.
everywhere.
Nowadays.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it.
And you're all by yourself. That one's pretty easy to understand. The other one would be that we have conflicting reports. So the guy says I hurt my leg, but the doctor says you hurt your back. So which one is it? What's going on? That happens. Surprisingly, we see that pretty regularly too, where the report that what they say to the insurance company and what the doctor says to the employer are different stories.
Okay.
Okay. And then another one would be that they have a history of claims, which the insurance companies can trace a person back to the previous company and to the previous company and see if their claims are popping up all
With the
time.
internet now, you can trace a
Just
person's
about
history.
anything.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
about anything. One big red flag, this is the one I see most often, is the person gets hurt. Now, each employer has a list of doctors that the insurance company asks them to use. It's called a medical provider list or network. And they say, well, go to see Dr. Jones. And the guy goes, no, I don't want, I got my own doctor. There's another one.
Red flag.
Red
yeah.
flag. And another one, we see those two together, the two we see together are, the guy saw his own doctor and he reported the claim 3 weeks after he hurt himself.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Something's not adding up.
Something's
here.
not right. But they do that. This is regular. This is normal stuff. It's amazing. And then here's one, we got one going on right now where the claimant will not talk to the insurance company, will not talk to his employer. He's got an attorney a week after he gets hurt, won't even say how he got hurt, won't tell him what doctor he went to. So, but it's still a claim. So, and then another one is if an employee seems to have a lot of addresses in the past, or he has maybe a history of going to doctors, lots of different doctors, and these are usually the back injuries. They're looking for a doctor that'll verify they have a back injury.
Because back injuries are kind of hard to prove, right?
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
very difficult to prove. And I would say most of the claims I have going on right now with my different clients are back injuries. And one of my, you asked about the camera thing. One client I have actually found out that the 3 claims she had, the people live in the same neighborhood. They live like 100 yards from each other. The second thing, she's hired an investigator to follow this woman around who basically was filmed lifting her 3-year-old into a seat in the back of the car, filling the back of the SUV up with groceries, and yet she's got a work comp back claim.
Busted.
Yeah.
Busted. All right.
So
Mark, thank
that's
you for
the
coming
kind-
in and sharing those
You
with us
betcha.
today. Mark Rivera from CCIS Insurance Group. You see their ads all the time here on Central Valley Talk. You offer all kinds of insurance
All
services.
types, yes, sir.
Phone number, website.
www.ccisisinsurance.com or local 559-320-2247.
Or just look for their ads right
There you
here
go.
on Central Valley Talk. Thank you again for
Thank
coming
you.
in. And
My
we'll be back
pleasure.
with more on Let's Talk Business.